Hopefully the end is in sight there. Speaking of seeing things yesterday, visibility on the road. Couldn't see 50 to 100 feet in front of you in some places.
You weren't seeing a lot of things, not with yesterday's
all.
wind, and that is such the difference, Trevor, from today. Yesterday, we couldn't even see through our Navajo Lake camera, and that's because we had some snow and rain moving through that area, but also wind and dust. Here is the look of things today. You can kind of think of dust as scrubbing the atmosphere, so it's looking pretty clear out there, looking great. I mean, a little bit breezy, but that's what we expect for this time of year. It really is a great night out there, and you can see that other areas will be pretty dry. I'm anticipating that as we get into the rest of the work week, you're going to be feeling those spring conditions really taking hold, and right now you can see here it's about 33 miles per hour as far as the gusts go, but humidity and dew point very dry. That's the same story across most of New Mexico, and in fact we are seeing some wind speeds up to about 22 in areas like Albuquerque, also for Clovis, and 25 out there in Santa Rosa, with some of those gusts getting to 31 miles per hour, but that's a lot better than nearly 80 miles per hour, which we were seeing yesterday. Right now, because it is so dry, though, we're talking about a red flag warning across southeastern areas of the state, including all of Lee and Eddy counties, and we're going to continue to see this in effect until about 8 o'clock tonight. So for tonight, we are going to, look at those winds calming down. The strong winds that exist now will be finally leaving you alone across eastern New Mexico, but it's going to be another cold one because that cold front you saw, well, as it moved through the state, it really brought in some pretty cold air. So I'm predicting single digits for areas like Gallup and Grants, in the teens for Farmington. You'll look at pretty much all of northern New Mexico. We're either talking teens or 20s. Same for central areas of the state, and also down south, mostly exclusively 20s. For tomorrow, which is the vernal equinox, or the first official day of spring, we're going to be looking at, more breezy weather and a fire threat for most of eastern areas of the state, but especially northeastern New Mexico, where the wind gusts are going to be up there and the humidity is going to be way down. And same story for Friday. It's going to be breezy as well, but getting a little bit warmer day by day. We're going to be getting a little bit of a cold front moving in, sliding in from the east Saturday night, which could elevate the wind speeds, especially in the north central mountains. But I don't think it's really going to cool down many areas all that much. It's kind of a shallow cold front, so it's not going to have too much of an impact. By Sunday, some of those wind speeds will relax. As we start looking across the southeast for tomorrow, you'll notice those temperatures. Well, we're going to be looking at mid-60s. 70s by Friday, and oh yeah, it is back to the 80s by next week, mid-80s by the middle of next week, as a matter of fact. Across the southwest for tomorrow, I'm looking at a lot of sunshine, a little breezy, a high of 60 for places like Silver City. In the northwest portion of the state, we continue to see those conditions very ripe for dry and breezy weather, not a sign of any sort of precip for the next few days. In other words, the North Mountains for tomorrow will be mostly in the 30s and 40s. I'm expecting Santa Fe, though, to reach a high of 52 degrees. By this weekend, even warmer into the mid-60s. The Northeast for tomorrow, as I mentioned, going to be pretty gusty. We're also looking at fire danger across that area of the state. So red flag warning during most of the day for tomorrow. A very cold night for Moriarty and Estancia. Single digits there. I'm calling for teens from Belen to the South Valley. In fact, most valley locations will be in the low 20s or the teens. And a pretty frigid night, but by tomorrow afternoon, those highs will be in the upper 50s. I'm expecting that your first day of spring is going to be breezy and partly cloudy. But if you are, really looking forward to those activities this weekend, then your first spring weekend is looking a little bit breezy, but mostly sunny and up to the 70s. So getting warmer by the day.